Hey Aries, welcome to your timeless career reading. I want to find out what's going on with your career and money, because those are so clearly tied together. What's going on with your career and money over the next month or so? Okay, so the first card out is Temperance. You might be feeling under some kind of pressure in terms of career and finances, but it's like good pressure. If it's feeling a little bit uncomfortable, that's okay because it's you're kind of getting your shit together, okay? It's like you're reevaluating your situation. You are figuring out what your strengths and what your weaknesses are. You know what you need to learn, and you're kind of pulling it all together. It's all being tempered. It's all being tempered inside of you. So you might have to prune some things, right? Some things might be pruning away. You might be going, okay, that aspect of my business or that side job I have, or just that way I have of organizing myself at work, like that has to go. But then I'm really going to concentrate on the 2 or 3 things that I'm really good at, and you're focusing on that, and you're starting to understand how everything falls into place, how everything works together. Yeah, 5 of Cups is the next one. So this is like emotional change. It's like you're quite emotionally invested in whatever's going on with your career right now, and you're probably worrying a little bit about money. But just be aware that this worry about money, it's not really about the money. I mean, yes, it is about the money, and I'm sure you have some legitimate financial concerns on your mind, but it's actually a root chakra issue. It's like an emotional issue. I mean, to explain more clearly what I mean, it's that there is some kind of like fear like lodged in your root chakra, and you're having a fear, like a fear reaction to it, an emotional reaction to that fear. And so there is these feelings of, I don't feel safe, I don't feel secure, I feel like the floor could just drop out underneath me, like you don't feel safe here in your body, you don't feel safe in your life. There's some kind of insecurity, like, and so when you worry about money, it might help to just be aware that you're not really actually worrying about money. What that is reflecting to you is some underlying a fear that needs to be addressed and needs to be resolved. And in fact, once you resolve the insecurity, then your money can stabilize, right? Then your money can stabilize. I mean, that's going to be different for each and every one of you, like what exactly you're afraid of in terms of your security. Let's see what oracle card we get here. Co-create. Co-create. Okay. So this tells me that you can find success in your career if you start working with others on a new level. Like maybe you've been doing everything yourself, and there really can be something to be said for that, especially if you're starting up a small business, or if you have a job where you really work independently a lot. There can really be something said for your independence, but there is something here about weaving in other people's energy, about creating with others, okay? Creating with others. So, maybe at work, or this could even be like a school thing, if any of you like are in school, right? In whatever it is that you're doing, if you tend to always go it alone and never if you always avoid group projects, or if you're always avoiding like presenting at a conference at work, like if you don't want to get involved in conferences or workshops or like boardroom meetings and stuff like that, if you don't speak up in a work meeting and stuff like that, this can be an invitation to really like involve yourself in the group, because that will bring you like more opportunities. It will just open up doorways for you, and it probably is uncomfortable at first, right? Because we got this five of cups, right? This 5 of cups. So this process will be uncomfortable. It's not like you're going to be super excited about this, right? Especially if you're shy, if you don't like to speak up in front of a group of people, if you don't like to do public speaking, or if you just don't like working with people because they're frustrating and you don't like how they operate, right? So there's going to be some kind of discomfort here. So just be aware that any kind of discomfort that you're having is part of the growth process, and it is a lesson that you're learning. So I would expect over this next month for you to learn lots of lessons. Okay, this next month is going to all be about lessons and change and growth, okay, and ultimately transcending your situation. So just as the next 3 or 4 weeks unfold, if you find that you're not like seeing instant results, like this is not a month to be focusing on instant results. Okay, so don't worry about instant results. You want to be focusing on like what you've learned, okay, what you've learned and how many steps you've taken. So focus on the baby steps, focus on taking steps, And just to weave this in terms of like anybody who's self-employed or has a small business, anything like that, or does like social media stuff, this is like, you might want to bring someone else on board, right? Even if this is somebody like hiring somebody to run your social media, this is like having somebody come to clean your office, right? If you've been busy cleaning your office and that's taking up time, or like hiring a secretary, it depends on like it depends what you do, right? It entirely depends on what you do. Or even like doing like some kind of project that you work on with someone else. Like, YouTubers often do like they'll like bring on someone else, right? They'll bring on someone to do a video with them, right? And they'll do like a collaboration, a collab. That's what I'm trying to say. Stuff like that is really like is going to open up doors and get energy flowing for you. So this next month, in terms of your career and finances, this is like taking one step at a time, taking the baby steps, getting your energy flowing, building momentum, and like learning soul lessons to do with your career. Okay, literally learning soul lessons to do with your career, dropping out of any insecurity issues that you have, facing any fears that are stuck in your root chakra, and really building that momentum. And then it's like, once this temperance energy finishes playing out, then you're going to be all brand new, and setting you up for like, 2 and 3 months from now, you're going to feel so stabilized, so solid, so like you know what you're doing, right? So over this next month, you might not really know what you're doing in terms of your career shifts and your money changes. So this is absolutely a transitional period, and just keep looking at it like that, and really give yourself credit, pat yourself on the back, and celebrate your small successes. Like every time you make a little change, every time you make a mistake, every time you learn from your mistake, every time you experiment and then kind of get a better idea of what you're doing, it's all about building momentum and flowing forward. So really good, Aries, and I would expect this to play out, like really pay off and really play out like over the next 6 months. So take the long-term vision here. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Sending you so much love and light. Bye.